It's an exciting day here in Magic Kingdom because today we have a ton of new food to try. Pecos Bill is known for serving up Mexican food that is somehow of worse quality than Taco Bell. But just this week, they completely revamped the entire menu, a change that was needed for a very, very long time, and I'm here to try it all. You may remember in the last few videos I've made that included a stop at Pecos that I have mentioned that this restaurant is in desperate need of a menu revamp. Now, I don't want to take full credit for this change, but I have been mentioning it for quite a while, and I don't know if they listened or not, but this food doesn't look half bad. And you guys know I'm going to be giving you my 100% honest opinion, and I'll let you know if it's worth a stop on your next trip to Magic Kingdom. So let's head into Frontierland and try it out. But before we head in and I show you guys all of the new stuff that they're working with, I want to kind of talk to you guys about why I was never really the biggest fan of this restaurant. I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I think the food at Pecos was of worse quality than Taco Bell. Now, there's nothing wrong with a good Taco Bell every now and again. You know, sometimes you just crave a good Taco Bell. But when you're paying the prices that you're paying at Disney, the food should be, come on, it should be a little bit better than Taco Bell. And the fact that it was worse was quite alarming. Now, I think the main issue with the food in the past was the meat. The meats that you could get at Pecos were never that great. It was pretty much either like ground beef or pulled chicken. The ground beef, it was okay. I don't think it was as seasoned as the ground beef at Taco Bell was, but it was passable, you know? Like I could eat it and be okay. The pulled chicken, however, the pulled chicken that they were serving at Pecos Bill's was a disgrace. It always like kind of turned an odd greenish color. Like it shouldn't have been green, but it was somehow green. It was just slimy. It was very watery. It was not good. It made whatever you put on it get soggy because it was just so watery and just lacking any flavor whatsoever. And from what I've seen, they've not only revamped the entire menu and done that whole overhaul and like added a bunch of new items, but they've also changed the meat, at least from what I've seen in like photos and videos online before filming this video. So I'm hoping, it looks like a step in the right direction, but we shall see. My hopes are very high. We don't have a high bar that we're gonna be having to cross though to be better than the old Pecos. So let's head over there and I'll kind of show you guys a little bit of the menu. And I will be showing you this on my phone here. I feel like a lot of people still don't know, but you can see the entire menus for like all the restaurants right on the My Disney Experience app. And you can also mobile order your food right from your phone. And I am someone, I like refuse to do anything other than mobile order. So make sure you keep that in mind. But before we get to mobile order, let's take a look at the menu here. You can see it says create your own. So that makes me think kind of like Chipotle style, but I don't think it fully is. So they have these 4 options under create your own: a steamed tamale, a nacho bowl, a Southwest Caesar salad, and a rice bowl, all $12.99. And I believe you could add like whatever meat that you want to any of these things. And that's kind of the create your own aspect of it. As far as other entrees go, they also have a double chili con queso burger. That sounds like a stomach ache. And they also have this grilled masa flatbread. This is the plant-based option there. It has plant-based cheese and all that stuff. As far as sides go, they have barbecue cheddar seasoned fries. That sounds delish. They have charros beans. I've never heard of that actually. It's stewed pinto beans. They have cilantro lime rice. And then you can also get a side of guac for $2.50. Is that the same price as Chipotle or cheaper? For kids' meals, they have a chicken nacho bowl, a chicken rice bowl, a cheeseburger, and then they also have a beef nacho bowl. And guys, I was so happy to see that they brought the kids' nachos back. Pre-COVID, they used to have kids' nachos on the menu here at Pecos, and I used to get them all the time because they were a great value. You had your chips, your queso, your beef, and then you could also get like all the toppings too, and it came with 2 sides and a drink. So the kids' nachos was my go-to back in the day, especially on my college program and stuff. I used to get it all the time. That was like one of my go-to meals in Magic Kingdom, honestly. But ever since COVID, they kind of took the kids' nachos off of the menu, and the kids' meals here at Pecos just never really were that great without those nachos. So I'm really happy to see them back. And they're back. You can get them in beef or chicken for $8.79. 2 sides and a drink and those nachos, man, that's a meal in itself right there. If I wasn't filming this video, that's exactly what I would get. But that isn't the only new stuff or stuff that is back. There are also some brand new desserts, a sweet corn mousse. You guys know I love cornbread and corn flavored desserts of that nature, so can't wait to try that out. And there's also a Mexican chocolate and horchata verine. So we've got, you can see, a lot of new stuff to try here. I'm super excited. And while I am very happy to see all of these menu changes and the kids' nachos brought back, I am a little bit upset because I thought if they would revamp the menu, they would get the walking taco back. Does anyone else remember that? During the 50th anniversary, they had a walking taco here at Pecos. Now, they sold out of it all the time, so you were lucky if you got your hands on it, but it was so good. I know the walking taco over at Halloween Horror Nights is super, super popular, but I actually think the walking taco from here at Pecos was a little bit better than the one from Horror Nights. It was so good. It had like all the Fritos and the meat, all the toppings you could ever want. So I wish they kind of brought that back as well, but I think the other stuff is gonna be good. Let me show you what I'm gonna get. Let's get this mobile order in here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm kind of gonna break it up into 2. My family's texting me. I'm kind of gonna break it up into 2 separate orders here because we have so much food to try. So we'll get a round 1 and a round 2. Round 1 is gonna consist of all the create your own stuff. So we'll start with this steamed tamale here. What should we get it with? Oh, so look, our protein options. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. But look at our protein options here. A citrus chipotle chicken, a green chili pork, or you can upgrade to Coca-Cola cherry braised beef for an additional 50 cents. I mean, 50 cents, do they really need to charge you 50 cents extra? Come on. But they also give you an option to add extra protein, similar to like Chipotle, I guess. So you could add extra chicken or pork or beef for $1.50 or $2. I guess that's a nice option. And you could also add a side of guac, queso. Oh, you could add queso and guacamole for $3.50. That's kind of a good little upgrade there. But guys, my food is finally ready. It took nearly 20 minutes from the time that I hit on here for it to be ready. And I only ordered 4 things. Families order a lot more than that. That took so long, but I'm going to pick it up now. All right, guys, the goods have been got, and I gotta say, this doesn't look half bad. I also picked up, they still are able to give you sour cream like they used to, so I got some sour cream, and I also picked up some hot sauce in case I need some extra flavor, in case it's as bland as it used to be, but it doesn't look to be that way. From the looks of it, though. Hopefully it tastes as seasoned as it looks. Before we get to any of this, though, so spicy. But after that DC break, I was kind of trying to decide what to eat next here, and I settled on the nachos. This is the nacho bowl. It has house-fried corn tortilla chips smothered in stewed pinto beans, chipotle queso, and pico de gallo with added pork for $12.99. Our first misstep. They called these house-fried tortilla chips. There ain't no way they have the time, capacity, space to fry tortilla chips. And also, these look straight from the bag, so they're lying to us right off the bat with that one. Like, I feel like lying about that is so unnecessary. Okay, Pecos Bill, I see you with the new and improved nachos here. This is very, very tasty. I tried a little bit of the queso on its own as well. Definitely does have that smoky chipotle kind of flavor. I'm not sure if I like the queso itself, though, better than the old queso. I feel like the old queso was pretty tasty. I mean, obviously it was probably just from a bag, as I'm sure this might be as well. But I feel like the other one was just like creamier and just tasted cheesier. This tastes very, very smoky. As you can see, the chips have gotten extremely soggy in here. Probably because of the stewed pinto beans. There's a bunch of pinto beans on the top as well as the bottom, kind of covering the bottom of the bowl. So that has made the chips quite soggy. I can tell you the chips themselves do not taste like they were made in-house, as I suspected. They're not Tostitos, but they're a little bit better than Tostitos, but they're still not made in-house. But overall, pretty solid. I will admit, I do think it's an upgrade, and mainly because of that meat there. I can't remember if they had pork on the menu before this new menu. I can't seem to remember. But I do actually really enjoy this pork. I think it kind of goes perfect on the nachos, and I'm happy with my pork decision on the nachos here. The pork isn't overloaded with flavor, but it does have a little bit of liminess coming through. But when you kind of mix it with all the other toppings, it tastes pretty good. I am also someone that loves like pinto beans on a nacho. I don't know what it is. It just adds like a little bit of extra like heartiness to a nacho. Now I do wish there was maybe a little spicy element, so I think I might actually add some hot sauce on here. And I also wish they maybe gave you like a little bit of lettuce on top. You know, I could use a little sprinkling of lettuce on here. I think that touch would be nice. Maybe even a little more pico, because they're not really giving you much pico. There is plenty of beans, pork, chips, and queso on here, but I could use a little bit more pico. But overall, first dish, I'm not mad at it. Guys, I can't open any of these hot sauces. I've tried 3. I can't open any of them. What is going on? Okay, well, I'm on to my last one. Okay, I give up. I'm not having hot sauce on the nachos. Now that we've got those nachos out of the way, I want to try this steamed tamale next. This is a steamed green chili cheese tamale with stewed pinto beans, queso fresco, and pico de gallo. And I opted to add some of that cherry cola barbecue beef on top. Last year during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party here at Pecos, they actually had a tamale on the menu, and I remember it being pretty good, so I'm not sure if it's going to kind of be the same thing. I know it looks a little bit different because that tamale had like a green and a red salsa on it. This doesn't seem to have any like green or red salsa, just the rice, the beans, the tamale on top, and then that beef. All right, let's kind of dig into this tamale here. We'll get a little cut down the center. This is supposed to have green chili cheese on the inside here. Let's see, are we seeing any cheese? It does look a little bit cheesy. I do see a little bit of a green chili there, but we gotta get some of this cherry cola beef, some of that tamale. That looks like the bite. All right, let's go for it here. Okay. This one took a little bit for it to sink in if I like it or not. The tamale itself, I don't think I've ever had like a tamale at like an actual Mexican restaurant outside of like Pecos Bill's, and I would not consider this like a Mexican restaurant. Although I do love cornbread, I'm not getting much like green chili cheese in there. I wish there was a bit more cheese. Now I don't know if there's traditionally supposed to be cheese in tamales or what, but I could use a bit more cheese. But it definitely does remind me of cornbread a bit. It has a little bit of a sweetness to it. I quite enjoy the tamale, even though I could use more cheese. But for the beef, while it's an upgrade from all the previous meats, I'm not the biggest fan of like barbecue food. Like, if you were to rank all of the foods that I enjoy and the different types of cuisines, barbecue is probably really close to the bottom. So I'm not the biggest barbecue fan, and this is really giving like a barbecue pulled beef to me. It doesn't taste much like cherry cola. I actually cannot taste any cherry cola vibes from this really at all. It's just really tasting like barbecue sauce to me. Now the meat is super tender and it's very flavorful, very heavy on that barbecue kind of flavor. So I don't think this would be my first choice of meat. I actually don't know if I would ever get this meat again, but that's just like my personal preference. But I imagine if you love barbecue, like you would probably enjoy this. And again, it's definitely a step up from the previous meats. And this did come served on top of rice and beans. I do love some rice and beans. The rice is supposed to be cilantro lime rice. I do see a little bit of cilantro in there. And then we've got those stewed pinto beans here. Quite tasty. I'm definitely getting that lime flavor, yeah. I'm a fan of the rice and the beans. Both of them are really good. Well, guys, so far, so good over here at Pecos. I am quite impressed already. Next, we're gonna try this rice bowl here. It has pinto beans, cilantro lime rice, cowboy caviar, and queso fresco. And I decided for my protein to get these citrus chipotle chicken. Similar to kind of how the nachos were, this rice bowl doesn't look to have a lot of like pico and that cowboy caviar on top. There's really not much on there. I wish they put some more on both the nachos and here on the rice bowl. And before I get a bite of everything all together, I want to try just this citrus chipotle chicken because I have to say, this looks really, really good. That's the best meat out of all three. Hands down, praise the Lord, because Pecos Bill finally has some passable chicken. Last time I got chicken from Pecos Bill, I got it in tacos, which, speaking of tacos, they actually don't have tacos on the menu here at Pecos Bill anymore, which is kind of surprising a little bit. They kind of used to be like the main thing that they served here. I don't know if it was the main thing that most people got. I feel like the nachos were like the most popular thing on the menu, but still, having like a Mexican restaurant without tacos is pretty surprising to me. The last time I tried the chicken here, it was in a taco and it was disgusting. There was like liquid dripping out of the tortilla, making the tortilla super soggy. The chicken itself had no flavor. It tasted fresh out the bag, but this is good. It's smoky from that chipotle. I'm pretty sure they're using dark meat, so it's adding a little bit more flavor there. And most importantly, it is seasoned. Thank the heavens. Fan of the new chicken. Well, let's kind of get a little bite with everything all together now. Some rice, some chicken, some beans. We gotta get some of the salsa stuff on top. Am I a fan of Pecos Bill now? I can't even believe this total 180 that they've done here. Alrighty, on to the final thing from round one of the new Pecos menu. We've got the Southwest Caesar salad. This is romaine tossed in creamy salsa verde dressing, pepitas, queso fresco, pico de gallo, and tortilla strips. For once again, $12.99. Here, I'm not really seeing any. Oh, there they are. There's some of those pumpkin seeds. Okay, they're hiding. They're hiding in there. I do enjoy a seed on a salad, whether it's a sunflower seed or a pumpkin seed, so I'm happy with that inclusion. But again, I'm not really sure how this is a Caesar salad since it doesn't have Caesar dressing. Now, I opted to get no dressing on it just because I'm weird and the dressing probably had mayo in it, but I did get myself some sour cream, and I was planning on kind of mixing the sour cream with the hot sauce to make my own kind of creamy hot dressing here, but I couldn't get the hot sauce open, so I have to try again on that. I think I got it. I got it. Okay. Now we're in business. I'm going to go for some hot sauce on here. I'm happy that they have hot sauce there because I think you could use this on a lot of the things. Even though it is all very flavorful, I could always use a little bit of added spice there. So we've got our hot sauce on. This is a DIY dressing. Our hot sauce, our sour cream. It definitely needs something here because there is a ton of lettuce in this bowl, and there's not too much. There's a good amount of chicken, but compared to the lettuce here, it's mainly lettuce. This bowl is completely full of just romaine lettuce. So we'll kind of toss this around. I want to get a bite with some of the hot sauce, some of the sour cream. I got to get a pumpkin seed, a tortilla strip in there, and some lettuce. Let's try it out. I must say, my little DIY dressing, really pretty good on here. I do like this a lot. That chicken, again, it's really, really tasty, super flavorful, and it's very moist, so it's kind of helping with the no dressing situation. And I'm honestly not missing the dressing at all with the sour cream and the hot sauce addition here. It is time for round two of our Pecos adventure. We got to get this double chili cone queso burger. I really don't think I'm going to enjoy that, but we're trying it anyway. I'm going to get the grilled masa flatbread with no crema. Bam, in the cart. And then we've got our two desserts. Where are they at? Here we go. The sweet corn mousse. So excited for that one. Added, and the Mexican chocolate and horchata. Well, here we have round two. We have our plant-based flatbread, we have our desserts, and we have this cheeseburger that looks like it is going to hurt my stomach quite a bit. And everything looks good, especially these desserts, and my dessert is melting pretty quickly. So let's start by trying the desserts first. We'll go with the sweet corn mousse. This has a white chocolate and raspberry powder for $6.29. Look at her. She's melting very quickly. I don't know if there's going to be anything on the inside of this here. Let's see. I don't think we've got anything on the inside, but it's pretty funny how much this looks like corn. We've got like the fake sour cream drizzle on there, the fake cotija cheese on there as well. Looks good. Let's see how it tastes. Oh man, this is so good. This is right up my alley. I mean, I mentioned earlier that I love like corn flavor, especially corn desserts. Corn desserts, they just somehow, I don't know how, I guess it's the sweetness from the corn. It's so good. They have a corn soft serve in Magic Kingdom right now for Halloween at, what is it called? Anti-Gravity's over in Tomorrowland, and that sweet corn soft serve is phenomenal. And this tastes just like it, just in like non-frozen mousse form. Guys, this is so good. Oh my gosh. I will say though, texturally, you might have an issue if you get this because you can taste, let me see if I could get one up here. You can taste like the kind of like the outside of the corn part. It does have a little bit of like grit to it. I don't personally mind it, and the flavor is so good. I will say for a corn dessert, it's very rich somehow. Like, I don't know how this is so rich. Like, I don't think I could eat more than a couple of bites of this. This is, even though pretty tiny, like something I would have to share if I got this, but I am shocked. I thought it would be good. I didn't know if it would be this good. The raspberry is not really like necessary on there because the corn flavor kind of takes it over. But if you are like a corn person, like this is a must try. I don't know how, it's really good. While we're on desserts, why don't we just go for the next one here? This is the Mexican chocolate and horchata verrine for $5.49. I'm not usually like the biggest fan of horchata, so I was a little bit hesitant getting this, but I still wanted to try it out. It looks like we got maybe a little bit of like a cake, or yeah, it's a chocolate cake kind of in between the horchata and the chocolate layer there. The horchata flavor is very light, which I actually appreciate because, like I said, I'm not like the biggest fan of that kind of cinnamon milky kind of flavor. It actually, I feel like, might not even have enough flavor itself, that horchata mousse up top. All I'm really getting is that, I don't know if it's chocolate mousse or chocolate pudding down there. I think it's a mousse. All I'm tasting is the cake in between and the chocolate, just the slightest like hints of cinnamon. It's almost like this top layer is kind of useless. Well, we have had our sweets, folks. It's time to get into this ginormous burger here. I mean, this thing is just loaded with chili and queso. I'm a little scared. This is the double chili con queso burger. It has 2 flame broiled all beef patties topped with chili con carne, chipotle queso, and corn chips for $16.49. Now I'm really hesitant to try this burger, but it does come with these barbecue cheddar seasoned fries, so I want to try one of these first. A little less intimidating. Now that is good. It's almost giving like the seasoning that they put on the outside of a pizza Pringle. Like, it kind of tastes like pizza Pringles. Those are fantastic, yeah. It's literally like a pizza Pringle, but on a French fry. Oh my God, I love pizza Pringles. Who doesn't like pizza Pringles? These are so good. Oh my God, I wish they did like seasoning like this on fries at more places, because I do enjoy Disney fries. But add that seasoning on there, it's good. I will say it's a little bit salty, but real tasty. But now we've got to try this daunting burger here. Oh my God, I don't like Disney chili, and this just seems like so much meat. You've got 2 patties and then some more beef on top of it. Like, I feel like 1 patty would have been enough here. Oh, I don't even know how to go about like picking this up. Do I cut it in half? I feel like we just got to go for it. Oh my God. I'm like second guessing my career choice here. Oh, beef flying everywhere. Yeah, absolutely not. I am actually feeling sick just looking at this burger here. I somehow, with the wet chili and the queso, it is still somehow so dry. Those burger patties themselves taste literally just like unseasoned, dry ground beef. That is not good at all. I would way rather them just have a burger with like a single patty, maybe some bacon, and then some of that queso on it. That's all you need. This chili is just so unnecessary on here. It is way too much meat. I don't like it. At least we've got these fries here though. I'll be coming here to get these fries on the side. You know what would be good? Oh my gosh. Get these fries and then get a side of queso. Or if they just made like loaded fries in general, instead of the chips for the nachos, put these barbecue seasoned fries down on the bottom and then load all the toppings on them. I don't know if they could do that. They probably cannot, but it's an idea for them here if they want to take my idea. But if not, get these fries and get the queso, because the fries are where it's at. This burger, not so much. Well, we are on to our final Pecos Bill item of the day. I'm ready to get out of this little seating area. I will say they do have a nice kind of covered seating area out here, but I'm ready to go. First, we've got to try this grilled masa flatbread though. It's a grilled corn flatbread topped with sweet potatoes, stewed pinto beans, plant-based pepper jack cheese, shredded lettuce, pico de gallo, and plant-based lime crema for $10.49. All right, last bite of the day, plant-based flatbread. Let's go for it. There's something really spicy on here. I just kind of read the description again and I saw that there's plant-based pepper jack cheese. I've never had pepper jack cheese with that much spice. It's not that I mind it because I enjoy spice, but it's really sitting in the back of my throat. It has a really, really crazy kick to it. I've had regular pepper jack cheese. Obviously, that's not anything spicy usually. This is like the spiciest pepper jack cheese. I mean, I'm assuming that's what's providing the spice. I don't think it would be the beans or anything because I already ate that. It's not something that I don't think I would like get this or go out of my way to get this. I don't think it's bad for a plant-based option in the park. I think it's a pretty solid option. But for someone who does eat meat, I think there are a bit like better things on the menu. I had a lot of better things today, specifically in the first round. All those things I would get before I get this again. Well, folks, that is it for us over at Pecos Bill's. We tried every single new thing on the menu today, and I've got to say I'm impressed. It is a huge, huge, huge improvement. I'm thinking Disney listened to me because I've been saying they need to just cut the whole menu and redo it. And they did it, and I gotta say, after like the menu change, it's probably one of the better quick service options in the park. You know, quick service here in Magic Kingdom isn't usually the best. I usually get like corn dog nuggets or I don't know what else, chicken nuggets. I like the gluten-free chicken tenders here at Disney a lot. If I'm getting chicken, I usually get the gluten-free tenders. But after those changes, the salad, the rice bowl, I totally go, or the nachos, I'd totally go for one of them again. I really liked it. The meat's so much better. So I'm really happy with the day and everything that Disney did to change the Pecos menu. It was necessary. And you know, it was kind of like a thought that Pecos was gonna be taken over and kind of no more with like the Mexican food, because I mean, me as well as I'm sure a lot of other people thought that at D23 a couple of months ago, or yeah, 1 month ago, that they were gonna announce that Pecos was gonna turn into Tiana's Palace, a Tiana restaurant, which I still would have preferred because I love New Orleans food. If we got some real gumbo in there, jambalaya, that definitely would have been better than even what they still have now. But in general, I'm very happy with the change. But I guess that kind of, since they just changed the menu, that's probably a sign that they're not planning on doing anything with a Tiana themed restaurant in there. You know, I thought maybe even after D23 they were gonna shock us with an announcement. But with the menu change, I feel like they probably did that because they're not changing it. So who knows? Maybe we'll see a Tiana restaurant elsewhere. I would still love that. I know there's obviously plenty of space behind Magic Kingdom where they're building the Villains Land. If they could just add a little Tiana restaurant back there, I'd still be happy. But I am happy with the Pecos change. Something I never thought I would say, that I thoroughly enjoy the food at Pecos Bill now. Well, I think that's going to do it for us here today in Magic Kingdom. We came, we ate, we conquered the entire Pecos Bill menu. I was gonna try and ride something because the wait times are really short, but we've only got about 20 minutes before the Halloween party starts and we're all kicked out of here. So I think I'm gonna head on out, take the monorail back to my vehicle, and yeah. The downside to leaving Magic Kingdom as the Halloween party starts. We've got a long line for the good old express monorail back to the lot. Well, we have made it back and I'm heading on out. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Of course, my Patreon subscribers, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel as always. If you guys watching aren't subscribed already, make sure you do if you want to see more honest Disney food reviews. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.